Yeah, and it's crazy. Niche has become such a buzzword these last few years, right? And you kind of had that figured out decades ago. When was the radio show first on? I don't know if I caught a year during that.
The first radio show was on KLAV 1230 AM out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. During that time, that was around about 04, 03, 04.
Yeah, man, you've been doing this for 20 years. Ain't nobody got that kind of experience in this game. Carson Daly's been out of the game longer than that.
But like I said, I had to create an avenue to play my own music. It wasn't like I could just call the radio station. Radio stations out here in Vegas are very picky, very cliquish. If you're not, kissing they behind and this and the other, then they're not really trying.
That's everywhere, West Coast. That's everywhere.
So I figured, I need interviews. I need exposure. I need write-ups in a magazine. I need to be on a mixtape and this and the other. So I stopped asking everybody and just started creating my own and everything. So
I admire that. Yeah. That's exactly how... That's exactly how 20 years later I ended up a podcaster, because I released some music last year. I had a new single coming out, right? And I'm like, well, I got to get this out there, right? So I did the local news, right? Was fortunate to get on the TV. South Dakota's pretty small, right? So anyone with, a decent amount of talent, they would love to have you on, right? They need content too. Right. So did that, and then did a friend's podcast, then did another friend's podcast, and it was like, that was it. That was the whole media tour. And I was like, well, that wasn't nearly enough. And it was the experience in my buddy's home studio. Shout out to my guy, Dave Holly. He was a 30-year radio vet. So he had just wanted to continue doing what he had done his whole life. So he had a podcast that he did weekly, and he invited me in to be a part of it. And while I'm in there, I'm like, hey, I got one of those. I got an SM7B at home too. I was like, I got a podcast, don't I? It's like, yeah, you do.
Right.